Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitavastama Vitvishavahai Om Shanta Shanta Shanti. We will start our first class on Darshanani. Darshanam loosely translated as philosophy. We will discuss about that in detail. So the book, what we have is the book, the main book which we will refer to. I will read and explain. And also, you also can go to the book before the class. And if any doubts are there, you can please ask. Now,
Okay, ji.
I'll give an introduction to philosophy or darshanam in general. Then we can read this and you will understand. Human beings are intelligent. That is where we start. And he also starts like that. Once an intelligent human being. Now, Manushyaha Asmin Loke Bhagavaha Jantavaha Santi Jantunam Narajanma Durlabaha Jantunam Narajanma Durlabam Mataha. In Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya says, in fact, it starts Jantunam Narajanma Durlabaha. Rare privilege to get the Manushya Janma. It is not just simply, he says, that's the reason. Why? Because he is endowed with intelligence. Therefore, intelligent human being. Human beings are supposed to be intelligent. And therefore, the birth, the human Janma, the human birth, the Janma, the birth in the Manushya form is a very rare privilege. Itarebhyaha jantubhyaha manushasya visheshata asti. That is a beautiful subhashitam which gives the reason why human beings are greater, or human beings have the privilege, the rarest privilege. The human beings have the rarest privilege called the buddhi, with which they function, with which they know, using buddhi they know and understand things. Other beings also have buddhi, but their buddhi is not as open, as functional as the human being. The Subhashitam goes like this: Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitunancha Samanyametat Pashabir Naranam Uddhirhitesham Adiko Visheshaha Uddhya Vighinaha Pashabihi Samanaha Iti. This is a famous Subhashitam which talks about the superiority of human beings. Rare privilege, when we say, means that human beings are superior compared to other beings. That is why Jantunam Narajanma Durlabhaha. superiority of human beings over other beings. You know how many beings are there, species are there in the world? There are about 84 lakhs, 8.4 million species are there. Among them getting a Manushya Janma, how much probability is there? 1 by 8.4 million. Therefore, it is a rarest privilege to get a. If that, for that matter, every taking Janma through any species is a rarest privilege only. But when we say human beings are superior, that Manushya Janma is the rarest privilege, that is the reason why we say that. That is what this Subhashitam says. The Subhashitam says, many things are common between the human beings and animals. Human being is also an animal only. This ahara, that is eating, nidra, sleeping, bhaya. Bhaya means the sense of insecurity, the fear of being attacked, the survival instinct. And Maitunam. Maitunam is the desire for the propagation of the species. Maitunam. These four, Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maitunam, these four are common for human beings and the animals. If these four are common, then what does make the human being greater or superior to all other beings? Why human beings are considered to be greater? Because what? Buddhihi. Buddhihi hi tesham adhiko visheshaha. Tesham manushyanam buddhihi adhikaha visheshaha. Buddhi means intelligence, the power of reasoning. That is a faculty which the human beings enjoy, and therefore human beings are different from animals. Buddhya vihinaha pashubihi samanaha. Without buddhi, human beings are nothing but animals. Minus buddhi, human beings are nothing but animal. Minus this thinking faculty, human beings are nothing but animal only. Many people having been given this faculty, they don't operate, they don't use it. That is why Bhartrihari says, Manushya Rupena Mrigaha Charanti. In the form of human beings, only animals move. They don't operate the buddhi, they don't use this Viveka Shakti. So therefore, because of the buddhi only, the intellect only, human beings are able to understand, judge, and can do reasoning and can come to conclusions about the objects, the things of the creation. So he gathers variety of experience with the interaction of the world. Based on the interaction, based on the experience, he is able to understand, understand the world, could come to his understanding. He judge, he reasons out and understand the things of the world. So not only that, because of that only he is able to have a purushartha, the goals. He can set a goal and he can strive for it. Only human beings can have goal. That is why it is called purushartha. There is no mrigartha. Mriga animals do not have artha. Artha meaning goal. Artyate prartyate iti. Artyate prartyate anena iti. Purushartha. That is only purushaihi. Kevalam only by purusha only. Only by human beings goals can be set and it can be attained. Not animals. Animals they live a programmed life, instinctive life. They don't plan their life. They don't set goals. Whereas human beings, they are able to set goals and work for it because he has got buddhi. Bhagavan has given buddhi, and therefore he can form ideas about the objects based on his experiences, and he can set clear goals, and therefore he can achieve that. He can work for it. This is what distinguishes the buddhi faculty. It is what distinguishes a human being from an animal. Therefore, Therefore, basically, the human beings are thinking beings, are supposed to be thinking beings. Buddhi is that doesn't mean everybody thinks. The thinking, they have to develop that. Even though they have the faculty buddhi, but how many people really use that buddhi? That is why Bhatrahari also says, Manushya Rupena Mrigaha Charanti. So, when you think, then you will know what is dharma, what is adharma, what is to be followed, what should be given up. The knowledge of right and wrong. Animals, they don't know, but human beings know. So, therefore, with the help of buddhi, now he can examine the experiences, whatever experiences he gains from the world, and he can attempt to know the truth of the world also, the creation, the truth of the creation. So therefore, yeah, any sincerely thinking human being, will discuss about or will think about 6 important topics. In those days, the greatest people who are great thinkers, we can call them great thinkers, they analyze the experiences of life, what they experience in the world, and they wanted to know the truth of themselves, the truth of the creation, and the truth of the creator, if at all there is creator, who created the world, who created us, what is the truth of me. So all these were thought upon by the great thinkers, and they invariably talk about 6 important topics. Such great thinkers, to form a clear view or conclusion about the reality, they invariably talk about 6 important topics. What are those important topics? The first one is Jivaha. Jivaha means the individual. Who is a Jivaha? Everybody, they have got some idea about oneself. I am so and so Jivaha, the limited person, the individual. That is Jivaha. That is one topic. Second topic is, where is this Jiva? This Jiva, the limited individual, the human being, is in the world, in the created world, is living. He interacts with what? The world. To interact with the world. Who created the world? Therefore, the question about the world, that is Jagat. So, first one is Jivaha, second one is Jagat. Jagat doesn't mean world alone. It's a loose translation. Jagat means anything which is other than you. It's called Jagat. Gacchati iti Jagat. That which keeps on changing is called Jagat. That which is variable is called Jagat. You interact with the world is not same. What was before, 100 years before, it is not now. And what will be later, it will not be as it is now. So it keeps on changing. So it is not confined only to the world, it is the whole universe, the whole cosmos, which is created. That is created. So Jagat. So anything other, that which is available as an object for your perception is Jagat. That is the best translation for Jagat. As I told before, the Sanskrita words cannot be translated exactly. You cannot give. Atma, the word is, how can you translate into English? Not possible. Atma is Atma only. So my Jagat is Jagat only. So better retain the word Jagat. So Jagat. Who is the creator of this Jagat? That is the next question. Yeah, that is the next topic. But Jagat is available for your Anubhava, for your experience. That is the second topic. The third one is the creator. Who is the creator? Ishwara. to use the word Ishwara. The word Ishwara is derived from the dhatu Ish, to rule. And a Varach Pratyaya is added, Ishwaraha iti. The ruler. The ruler is one who doesn't have a ruler above him. It's called Ishwara. He's the ultimate. Bhagavan, we say. So, who is the creator of this Jagat, the source of this Jagat? Jagat, in the Jagat only, I also live as an individual human being. I also live in the Jagat. Therefore, it includes me also, Jiva also. So, Jiva Jagat. Jiva Jagat. Jiva Jagatoho, Srishtikarta. That is Ishwaraha, is the creator. That is the third topic. Then the fourth topic is human beings, they don't experience sukham, happiness throughout their life. Throughout their life, sukham, nobody experiences sukham. Why? Because there is physical problem, there is mental problem, there is physiological problem, psychological problem, and also body is subject to change, mind is subject to change. Indriyas, sense organs do not function the same way throughout the life. Over a period of life, what will happen? Indriyas, over a period of time, that tejas there, Indriyani jarayanti tejaha, Kathopanishad Nachiketa says, over a period of time, when we grow old, Indriyas slowly stops functioning. And with the Indriyas also functioning, we don't experience sukham. When you interact with the world, when you interact with the people around, do you experience sukham all the time? No. Therefore, suffering is the experience which everybody has. Suffering experience, human beings undergo suffering without willingly. He doesn't want to suffer. Nobody wants to suffer, but cannot help. So, and dukkham, in fact, it is more than sukham. If you analyze our human life, dukkham is more than sukham. That is why human beings strive for sukham. Doesn't want dukkham, therefore only strives for sukham. So, therefore, the reality is human beings suffer. You cannot cover it up. That is the truth. So, why does a human being suffer? The next question comes. What is the problem? Because he suffers, that is why it's called a samsari. Because he suffers, is called samsari. And we say the suffering is because of bandha, the bondage. The bondage with the world, the bondage with this. When you say bondage with the world includes this body, mind, senses also. The body, the mind, senses, they are also part of the Jagat only, with which I am so much attached to. Therefore, bandhaha, bondage, is the cause for suffering. That is the fourth topic, bandhaha. So, jivaha, jagat, ishvaraha, bandhaha. Human beings suffer, and the cause for the suffering is bondage. He is bound by the limitations caused by body, mind, senses. That is called bandha. What is the meaning of bandha? Bandha is bondage, we say. It means limitation. Nobody wants to be limited. Everybody wants to be free. Is that people free in the world? Are you free? If you ask yourself, no. All the time you have this sense of this limitation. I am bound. With regard to knowledge, I am bound. I don't know everything. Not everything. Sanskritam itself, I don't know. Ignorance is there. That is limitation. So that is bondage. So that is the next topic. The third topic is bondage is there. Bondage is not your nature. If bondage is there, then you will be happy with the bondage. But the very attempt, the very effort what we put to free from the bondage, to get freedom from samsara, that shows mukti, moksha is also possible. And our Shastra talk about moksha, mukti. So freedom, that's called freedom. So therefore, muktihi, otherwise it's called mokshaha. That is the next topic, freedom from bondage. Now, mukti, the freedom is possible. The freedom from bondage is possible. Freedom from bondage for the jiva is possible. Then what the jiva should do? The jiva should work for mukti. Should work for freedom. Should work means what is the means? What is the means of gaining freedom? That is called sadhanam. Sadhyate anena iti sadhanam. The means by which a person becomes free from samsara, free from bondage. Samsara doesn't mean the world. Samsara means limitation. World being what it is neither limits you, neither binds you, nor makes you free. It being what it is, this limitation is superimposed on yourself. You think yourself to be a limited person. That is what our Shastram also says. Later we will see what it is. So that bondage is there. So how to be free from this bondage? What are the means required to make myself free from this bondage so that I can be free? I can get moksha, I can get mukti. So sadhanam, that is called sadhanam. The means is called sadhanani. So it is the sadhanani is that by which a person can get moksha from bandha. So therefore sadhana is like a setu, it's like a bridge by which a person can cross over this ocean of samsara from bandha to moksha. So these are the 6 topics. I repeat, the 6 topics invariably any thinking human being would think. The 6 topics. One is jiva, second one jagat, third one is Ishwara, fourth one is bandha, fifth one is moksha, and the 6th one is sadhanani. So jiva, jagat, Ishwara, bandha, sadhanani are the 6 topics that every a thinker, a serious thinker, definitely would think. Our ancestors, they are taught about that. And that only they developed in the form of a darshanam, otherwise called philosophy. We have Western philosophy, Eastern philosophy. Western philosophy, we are not interested. We are interested in our philosophy, and that is darshanam. Darshanam, the word is, as I said before, loosely translated as philosophy. So, all our darshanam, the philosophy, based on these 6 topics only. So, these 6 topics provide the basis or the foundation for philosophy, darshanam. Understand?
Yes.
So, the meeting will end in another 8 minutes. So, when the meeting ends, I will send you the link again. Okay, let us continue.
Okay, ji.
Now, further. So, the teaching regarding these 6 topics, it is not that every thinking person had the same pattern of thinking. They add some conclusions based on certain things. We will discuss about what it is, and they are given that in the form of a teaching. That is called darshanam. So, darshanam means based on their analysis or thinking, they are given a set of teaching, analyzing the 6 topics. They are given a set of teaching. They are given their views, and that is called darshanam. So, darshanam means the views of those people. Who are those people? Now we are going to see 6 darshanams, etc. And who presents, who teaches, who presents those views is called darshanika. Just now I said Atiti, Atityam, the Tadita word, similarly, Darshanika means the one who presents such views, his views with regard to the 6 topics, Jiva, Jagat, Ishwara, Bandha, Moksha, Sadhanani. Suppose I have a certain view about these 6 topics. I can give my view. So I become a Darshanika. And my view is called darshanam. Understand? That is called darshanam and darshanika. So, darshanika means the one who presents the view with regard to the 6 topics. It is translated as philosopher. Darshanam is called philosophy, and darshanika is philosopher. In fact, we don't use the word philosophy, philosopher. But anyway, it is there. It is used in the book, and it is used in your curriculum. So let us use the word philosophy as it is. Nothing wrong in that. With the understanding if used, it's okay. So now what is darshanam? Manava jivanasya uccha lakshyam yat avishkritam tadeva darshana shabdena vyapadishyate. The greatest human goal which is revealed by of a human being, which is revealed by what? That is called darshanam. So darshanam, what is supposed to do? It should present the truth of life. Manava jivanasya uccha lakshyam yat tat avishkritam. Yat avishkritam tadeva darshana shabdena vyapadishyate. Therefore, the darshana, the word, means what? That the greatest purpose or the greatest purpose or the reality. See, the purpose has to be known, the reality has to be known, then only the purpose, which is revealed by, which is revealed, and that is called, that is what is denoted by the word darshana. So, darshana shabdena vyapadishyate. Manushya jivanasya uccha lakshyam yat avishkritam kaihi darshanikaihi. So, darshanikaihi, by the philosophers, uccha lakshyam yat avishkritam. The great uccha lakshyam means the greatest lakshya. The lakshya means the goal or the purpose, the reality. Avishkritam, that is which is revealed. That is what is indicated by the word darshana. Understand?
Yes, Ji.
Yes. So in English, the word darshanam is translated as philosophy. Now, taking the translated form of the Sanskrita word darshanam to mean philosophy, let us discuss. Okay. Now, before that, so now we can use the word philosophy. Philosophy means darshanam. Darshanam means philosophy, Sanskrita word and English translation. Now, how the word darshanam is derived, that is also interesting. As a Sanskrita student, you must know. The word darshanam is derived from the verbal root drishir prekshane. From the dhatu, drishir dhatu, prekshane. Dhatu, you know, there are about 2000 dhatus, and these dhatus, they form these dhatus form the backbone of the language. Yeah, I'm sharing the same screen. I'm not, I don't have anything to share. This only I'm just giving introduction. Okay. I'm not sharing anything. The screen is same only. Just hear and understand. Doubts are there when you please ask. And you can take notes. So darshanam is derived from the dhatu drishir, which means prekshane, to see. Pashyati, you know, pashyati dhatu, kriyapadam, you know it or not? You know it, pashyati? How the word pashyati comes? Is it a kriyapadam or not? Yes. If it is a kriyapadam, it must have come from a dhatu. What is a dhatu?
Pashya.
Not pash dhatu. That is not a dhatu. The
Drish dhatu.
Drish dhatu. Drish is a dhatu. In fact, drish itself, drish also is not the original dhatu. Drishir is a dhatu. After removing the anubandha, with letters, then you get drish. And drish only becomes pashyati. Latlakara, pratama purusha, ekavachan pashyati. Then pashyataha pashyanti, iti rupani. Okay. So dhatu is drishir dhatu. The meaning is prekshane. Panini Maharshi has given, like in the Sutra Pata is there, only another Grantha is the Dhatu Pata. In that, yes, he had mentioned the list of dhatus and the meanings he has given. So he has said, Drishya prekshane. Prekshane means ikshane, ikshanam. Prakashena, ikshanam. Clear vision, clearly seeing. So to see, that is the meaning. In the sense of seeing, the dhatu, drishya should be used. That is what the meaning. Now, Drishir Dhatu, the content of the Drishir Dhatu is Drish Dhatu. So that from that Dhatu only the word Darshanam comes. How it comes? By adding the Pratyaya, Lyut Pratyaya. It's a Krit Pratyaya. So Lyut Pratyaya Yogena Darshana Shabdaha Nishpadyate. I'm just giving the etymological of the word, etymological derivation of the word Darshana without typing. If you want me to type and show you, I can show you. Now I will use my blank screen. How the word Darshanam comes. This is not a Sanskritam class, so I don't want to get too much into that, but just for your understanding. Drishir is a dhatu from which you get, after removing the Anubandha, you have Drish dhatu. Drish dhatu, to which when you add a Krit Pratyaya, Lyut. So what will happen? Drish plus Lyut is, that also, Lyut will be replaced by Ana, then becomes Darshana. How it happens? That we cannot see now. It's out of scope. So Darshana, the word is derived from Drish Dhatu by adding the Pratyaya called Lyut Pratyaya, Krit Pratyaya. So Darshana Shabdaha Nishpadyate Drish Dhatu. Right? Okay. Now, the word Darshanam has got many meanings according to Anekartha Sangraha. Now, I will send the link again. I will stop here and send the link.
Astu.
Class only we have just started
Yeah.
entering into a proper Sanskrit class. Ji.
Okay.
So this
Sanskritam,
is more comfortable.
yeah, Sanskritam is one thing. About the Darshanam I'm asking this class, starting from the basics, giving you an introduction about what it is. Could you follow?
Yes, Ji.
Or if you have any feedback or anything you want to say, please tell. So it is not just about the lecture. No, you have to understand what it is talked about. Samskrita words we use and giving you the meaning of that so that you can see what it means. It opens up many things. You can see. Darshanam means what? It is seeing. Seeing means vision. Seeing. And the rishis are called seer. Rishati Janati iti. Seer. They are the seers. It's not a philosophy anyway. But anyway, that is given. Philosophy, the word we use in English. Fine. Okay, let us continue. Now the meeting will resume. Okay, so I was telling, you are asking what is Darshanika, right? Darshanika means philosopher. The one who presents the teaching with regard to Jiva, Jagat, the 6 topics I told, Jiva, Jagat, Ishwara, Bandha, Moksha, Sadhanani is called Darshanika. So he is a person who understands a problem and therefore he gives solution based on his analysis, based on his conclusions based on the conclusions based on the analysis and the analysis based on his perceptions. So conclusions based on analysis based on perceptions, evaluation, examination. He did a lot of homework, a lot of thinking, and presented the views, his opinion. Mata, we call. It's called, the one who presented is called Darshanika. And the presentation is called Darshanam. Understand? No.
Yes, Ji.
Yes. So, Darshanam, the word, means the act of seeing. Darshana. In fact, not only act of seeing, I can give you the meaning of the etymological derivation I have given. What it means also I will say. What are the possible Vitpatti, etymological meaning? Etymological derivation is one thing. Etymological meaning, we will see that. So, Darshanam. So, Darshanam means, that's what I said, it's loosely translated as philosophy. Let us we will learn how the word philosophy is also is understood. It is combination of 2 words. We will see that also later. So now Darshanam, I told you that it is derived from the Dhatu. Drish Dhatu means to see. Therefore, with the Lyut Pratyaya, Darshana, the word is derived, meaning philosophy. Now, this Darshanam has got many meaning in Sanskritam. In English, it is loosely translated as philosophy. But in Sanskritam, the word darshana, according to Anekartha Sangraha, the text, it has got many meanings. What are the possible meanings? Darpanam. Darpanam is one meaning. Darpanam, dharmaha, upalabdhihi, that is knowledge. Buddhihi, that is also meaning of the word darshana. Shastram, swapnaha, nayanam. All these are the different meanings for the word darshana. If darshanam has got different meaning, what is the meaning of darpanam? Darpana is what?
Ji, mirror.
Mirror. Dharma is
Dharma.
value. Upalabdhihi jnanam. Buddhihi is intellect. So the word darshanam has got many meaning. So if it has got many and different meanings, then darshana shabdasya nanartatve sati. Bharatiya darshanam. We say Bharatiya darshanam, right? Bharatiya darshanam, Astika darshanam, Nastika darshanam. You have heard all these words?
Anji.
Yes.
Yes, Ji.
Bharatiya darshanam, Astika darshanam, Nastika darshan ityadishu sthaleshu prayujamanasya darshan shabdasya kaha artaha vipretaha. Kaha artaha. Bharatiya darshanam, the word is there. If darshanam can mean so many meanings are there, then what is the meaning of the word Bharatiya darshanam? That we have to know how to take the right meaning. For that, dhatu, the knowledge of dhatu is important, and from dhatu we will see how it is taken. Dhatuhu, dhatuhu meaning verbal root. In English, it is translated as verbal root, right? Now, dhatuhu kim bodhayati? Please tell. Dhatuhu kim bodhayati?
The root of the word.
That is the
From
meaning.
where it came from.
That is the meaning of the dhatu. Suppose if I give you pach dhatu, what kim bodhayati pach dhatu? In general,
Cooking.
Which means
you are giving the
cooking.
meaning. In general, dhatuhu phalam vyaparam cha bodhayati. Please understand clearly. Dhatuhu phalam vyaparam cha bodhayati. Dhatu talks about or gives about two things. Talks about two things. One is phalam, other one is vyapara. Yata pach dhatoho. Pach dhatoho latlakara pratham purusha ekavachana rupam kim?
Pachati.
Pachati. Pachati ityukte kim? Cooking, right? What do you mean by cooking? That vikliti rupam palam. That mridu vishadatvam astikila, the softness. You cook potato. What happens to the potato? It becomes, because of cooking,
Soft.
soft. Whether potato or tandula rice, you cook rice. So, pach dhatuhu, vikliti rupam palam. The softening is a result of the kriya, cooking kriya, right? Pachana kriyayaha palam vikliti rupam, right? So the palam, that is softening, is a result of the cooking action. Now, because of the cooking action, because you are doing cooking, what happens to the cooked one? It becomes softened. Some change is happening from being hard, it becomes soft. Tandulado jayamanaha vikaraha, that is called vikliti. So, your intention is to make the tandula, etc., to make it soft. So, some vikara happens in the tandula, etc. Tandula, potato, etc. Anything, tandula means rice. Tandulado jayamanaha vikaraha yet, that is called viklitihi. That vikliti rupam palameva pachdhato. That is a palam, the result. Palam meaning the result. Now to gain that result, to achieve the result, tad anukula vyaparam astikila. Right? Tad anukula
Anji.
vyaparam. Vyaparam means action, the transaction, the activity. So the result, and to achieve the result, the action involved in that. both are presented by the dhatu. Both are bodhayati. That is why I said dhatuhu palam vyaparam cha bodhayati. It teaches, it presents both the palam, that is the result, and the tad anukula vyapara. So pachdatoho, therefore pachdatoho arthaha bhavati vikliti pala anukula vyaparaha. Vikliti anukula vyaparaha iti. Vikliti is softening, the vikara, what you bring in the material. And tad anukula vyaparaha. That is the meaning of the word dhatu. Understand?
Anji.
Yes, Ji.
The same way, I gave the meaning of the drishya dhatu, darshanam. I gave the meaning of darshanam according to Anekata Sangra. Many meanings I gave. As we took the meaning of pachdhatu, that pachdhatoho vikliti anukula vyaparaha. Similarly, drishya dhatoho artaha jnana rupam palam. What is the palam? Knowledge. And tada anukula vyaparaha eva drishya dhatoho iti. Therefore, drishir dhatuhu jnana rupam palam tad anukula vyaparam cha bodhayati. Understand? What is
Yes,
the
Ji.
palam? Palam is jnanam. What is the vyapara? Tad anukula vyapara. For getting the jnanam, whatever the vyapara, that is attending the class, listening, all these are vyapara, the transaction, right?
Whatever karma. Yes, Ji.
Whatever kriya you do, the activity you do to gain the palam is jnanam, the knowledge, tadanukula vyaparascha bhavati. Understand? So, drishir dhatoh artha bhavati, jnana rupam palam tadanukula vyaparascha. Understand?
Yes, Ji.
So, drishir prekshane iti, shishtaihi, drish dhatoh prekshanam iti artha dattaha. By whom? By Panini Maharshi has given the meaning of the word drishir to be prekshanam. Drishir prekshane, he has given the meaning. Therefore, prekshanam, when we say ikshanam, how do you accomplish the action of ikshanam, seeing? How do you do that? By what means?
Through eyes.
Through eyes. Now we say, kevalam chakshusha darshanam iti na artaha. Here, prekshanam ityasya atra artaha kevalam na chakshusha darshanam. You don't believe only what you see. Then what it means? You don't see by your eyes, but you know it. Therefore, jnana samanyam. That is, you use your indriyas directly, or using the indriyas, you get knowledge. See, you use the indriyas, chakshundra use to get what knowledge? Direct knowledge about the object. The form of an object, the color of an object, you can know only by operating the eyes. And the knowledge is direct. Open your eyes, you see the object. You know the shape of the object. You know the color of the object. So, Chakshur Indriya is meant for gaining direct knowledge. The same Indriya, applying the same Indriya, the same sense organ, you can gain indirect knowledge also. You can gain indirect knowledge. That also we'll talk about. So, the using the Indriyas, which are called Pratyaksha, Pramanam, operating which you get direct knowledge, and using those Indriyas, you can get indirect knowledge also. So, therefore, taking the meaning of darshanam literally confining only to the eyes, it's not proper. Therefore, we take the meaning of the word darshanam, that is, which is right from drishya dhatu, darshanam, to mean jnanam, kevalam jnanam. And the jnanam can be gained by the operation of any sense organs, either directly or indirectly. That is that jnanam, that bodha, that is called pramanam. Sorry, that is called darshanam, not pramanam. That is called darshanam. Panchabihi Shadbihi Indriyahi va Sakshat Paramparaya va Yat Jnanam, Bodha, Buddhihi, Prama, Pramitihi, all mean the same. Tata Prekshanam iti. That is called Prekshanam, that is called Darshanam. So what is darshanam? Operating your sense organs. Operate. How many sense organs you have? How many sense organs
Five.
we have? 5 sense organs. And mind also one, not a sense organ, mind also it is an antakaranam. So using the 5 direct, 5 sense organs or using the mind, you get knowledge about the thing either directly or indirectly. And the knowledge is called prekshanam. So it is not darshanam, the word is confined only to the knowledge which you receive through the eyes. That is why it said, Kevalam na chakshusha darshanam. It could be Shravana, it could be Rasana, it could be Grana, anything possible. And the knowledge could be either directly gained by direct operation of the Indriyas or indirectly. Indirectly also possible. That we will see. So therefore, yat jnanam bodhaha buddhihi prama atava pramitihi bhavati. Yena yaihi indriyaihi sakshata paramparayava. Tateva prekshanam darshanam iti shabdena Nyayate. Now you understand the meaning of the word darshanam is?
Yes, Ji.
Is it clear?
Yes, Ji.
Shambhaviji. So, and that darshanam is what is the English loosely translated as philosophy. So, what philosophy means then now? Philosophy means a system of investigation. This is what the definition it is given in some books. Okay. So philosophy means a system of investigation. That's a particular a system, an approach is there. It is not randomly it is done. The analysis, it is done systematically. So systematic investigation, a system of investigation into the cause, the ultimate of a thing, sentient or insentient. It is called philosophy. Systematic investigation into the ultimate cause. That is called philosophy. And that philosophy is a root of all knowledge. So, and what is this philosophy only? So this it is only makes all knowledge possible. All, in the sense that all knowledge, I mean the root of all knowledge, the root of all knowledge, for which this philosophy is the root. It means that the knowledge about a thing, the knowledge about the thing, what you gain, it is based on this philosophy. You understand a thing, that understanding based on a philosophy. Suppose you take an object. You think that it should be permanent, but your experiences it is not permanent. It goes away. So therefore you analyze the nature of the object, and therefore the nature of the object you analyze. It means you get knowledge. So that attempting to analyze, examine, understand. For that, to understand that, what you need, you need to work on that, applying your sense organs, apply your experience, apply your knowledge, and from that you gain a new knowledge, and that is called a philosophy. So you become a philosopher. You say now that objects are objects are they are not stable, they are not permanent, they are transient in nature, they always change. So you come to a conclusion. All the objects in the world are subject to change. No objects remain permanent. So what is the root of this jnanam? Your philosophy, your understanding, which is based on your analysis, your reasoning, your thinking. So therefore, and that is possible only when you investigate into the nature of the object. And therefore, the philosophy helps to understand the significance of all our experiences, human experiences. And philosophy helps and tries to answer the questions which are fundamental, at the same time which are deepest. Fundamental questions are answered by philosophy. We have some basic questions. deepest, and they are deepest, like who created this world, how I came into existence. These are fundamental questions. If you ask a person, a common man, he will not know. But these fundamental questions everybody will have. So the philosophy gives clarity to those fundamental questions regarding the values, regarding the purpose of life. So the clarity is what is important, without which we won't be able to understand and lead the life, lead our life to get to achieve the goal of life. The life must have some purpose, must have some goal. So to understand that, one must have clarity. For clarity, knowledge is required, and knowledge is based on for knowledge. What is the root? The philosophy is the root. Therefore, I said philosophy is the root of all knowledge. You understand the connection now. Now, how does the word philosophy is derived? Drishir, the darshanam, the Sanskrit word I told, it is derived from drishir. Similarly, the word philosophy, how it is derived? Philosophy is a combination of, it's a Greek word, really speaking, it is a combination of two Greek words, philein and sophia, they say. Sophia meaning knowledge, philein means love.
Sorry, Ji.
PH, they say it's a Greek word. I will type it. Philo, or they say philein means love. And Sophia means knowledge. People have the name Sophia. I have heard Sophia. Sophia means knowledge. So love of knowledge. Therefore, philein meaning love, Sophia meaning knowledge. Therefore, love of knowledge. It means jnanam, wisdom. The love of wisdom. That is the meaning of the word philosophy. And that is what we said also through the Sanskrit word darshana. What it means, the knowledge. Jnanam, bodhaha, prama, pramitihi, ityartaha. So the philosophy means what? The pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of the truth, wanting to know the truth, the reality with regard to the 6 topics that you have to remember. So therefore, a philosophy, when you say, it must deal with those 6 topics. So therefore, and this philosophy is not only those thinkers. Everybody has their own philosophy. So it is therefore it shows it is a natural urge in human beings to know themselves, to know the world they live in, right? It is naturally other, and since human beings are endowed with the faculty of thinking, the buddhi is there, therefore thinking, analyze, and decide. Therefore, every human being has this desire for knowledge. Naturally, this knowledge, the desire for knowledge is there in every human being. And there are really some very intelligent people who work on, who makes this desire, who makes this desire operative, and who makes this desire, what do you call it? They work on the desire. They work on the desire and they understand based on their experiences, analysis, they present their views, and they are called darshanika. So the desire of knowledge, it is there in every human being, that cannot deny. But whether a person works on that or not, that matters. That difference is there. And these are serious thinkers. The darshanikas are those who work on the desire. They have this intense desire of knowing. Therefore, they, based on their perceptions, they analyze, they reason out, and they present their views about this Jiva, Jagat, Ishwara. Then there's Bandha, Moksha, Sadhanani. That is what the 6 topics only. The 6 topics only, based on thinking only, the 6 topics come. Without thinking, suddenly the 6 topics from where it will come. You have to analyze the truth. When you start analyzing the truth, then one topic will come up. What is the reality of me and the world where I live? So I, an individual, live. Where do I live? And who created me? Therefore, Ishwara will walk in. And am I living happily? No, the suffering is there. Bandha will come. And is there how can I be free? The question will come. Naturally, the question is there in all human beings. How can I be free? Then what is the means for that? Therefore, that thinking makes the person arrive at the 6 topics, and they present their views. They are called darshanika. So, therefore, what prompts a person to present a philosophy is the desire for this knowledge, and the one who makes this desire work, they make the desire work operate and present in the form of the teaching, the knowledge. They are called darshanika. They are called philosopher. They are called philosopher. So philosophy, philosopher. Darshanam, darshanika. So now we know the meaning of darshanam and darshanika. This is the introduction to the very word philosophy. In fact, we have not yet got into that topic. This is introduction to the very word philosophy. Then introduction to the philosophy, we have to see what is the philosophical systems, what are the philosophical systems. Western philosophy, leaving it out. We are not interested. We are interested only in the Indian philosophical systems. They are called Bharatiya Darshanani. What are the Bharatiya Darshanani? What are the types in general? And there also there is two types, Nastika, Astika. And among the Astika, how many types are there? We are not interested in Nastika. That is not going to be discussed. Only Astika Darshanani. So all these things will be the further developments, for which we need to understand what Darshanam is. And that is what we talked about today in the class. If you have doubts, you can please ask. Yes. Hello.
Ji, so far no doubts. Will ask once we watch the recording again.
Yes. Please go through the recording. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
Sure, Ji.
Okay. So yeah, we have not yet got into the subject matter. We will get into that maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we can have class Darshanani. Night also. 8 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, Ji.
So we will stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So now you know what Darshanika is. Darshanika means the one who, based on his analysis presents the teaching. Darshanika, don't confuse with the rishis. They are not rishis. Or they could be rishi, that is a different thing.
Okay, Ji.
That the difference between rishi and darshanika. Rishi, Rishati, Janati, iti rishi. They are the seers of the mantra, and that alone in the form of Veda it is there. Veda becomes the pramanam, Veda becomes the base on which the Darshanika, what they do, based on their Anubhava experience, based on their interaction with the world, they form an idea, an opinion, and they present their views. That is called Darshanika. Understand the difference between Darshanika and Rishi. They are not same. That is why Rishis are not philosophers. Darshanika can be called a philosophers. Rishis are not philosophers. The translation of the word Rishi is what? Seer. Seer. Like if I am the person who eats, I am eater. If I walker. And they are the person who saw the mantras. Therefore, seer. Understand?
Yes, Ji.
Yes.
Now.
So, therefore, understand the difference between the seer and darshanika. So, Veda being there as a pramanam is revealed by the Lord. And this darshanikas, yeah, we will talk about that later. Astika darshanikaha. Those who accept Veda as a valid means of knowledge, based on their personal reasoning, experiences, they form an mata, an opinion, a view, an idea, and they present. They are called darshanika. Okay. And we talk about the famous darshanam, 6 astika darshanam. We are going to talk about that. So this class is only an introduction to the very word darshanam and to the very English word philosophy, right?
Yes, Ji.
Now you can read from this book Instead of reading literally from this line by line and explaining, I'm also just going to read. But based on what we discussed, you can go through that. I'm not going to read line by line and explain. It's difficult. Quickly, I will go through this.
Okay.
So when we read this, you will understand what it means. Your questions will come. You please ask. I'm going to read. Just read. But I've given the background for this. So when I read, you will understand what it is. Okay.
Yes, Ji. Of course.
So in that way, we are going to proceed. Okay. So, Dhanyavada. We'll see tomorrow.
Dhanyavadaha, Ji.
At least
Dhanyavad.
before I leave for Rishikesh, one darshanam we should complete. Let us see.
Oh, okay, Ji.
Yes. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavadaha, Ji.
Yes. Is the class useful?
Ji, it's very useful, Ji.
Very
Apart from the subject, I mean, apart from the
Yes.
mark oriented, exam oriented.
Yes. It's good. Yes.
This is what I need for my life, Ji. This is what I'm looking forward. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.